Hey guys, it is November 14th, it's Saturday, and I thought it's been a while since I've given you a day in the life update on what's going on. So in my mind, things aren't as exciting now that I'm not in prep, but I know it's cool to show the process of the reverse and what bulking's like. So I'm gonna try to share more of that with you from now on. Today I am, first off, taking Macro outside. This is our flimsy little dog park. And then I have to train a client downtown at 10. And then we'll head up to destination probably around 1 to train. And a few fun people are in town this week. Hunter, I believe Joe Bennett is coming at some point, although I'm not sure when. Liv Roth is back in town after having gone to North Carolina and having a client win 2 pro cards, both in figure and physique, over the weekend. So it's gonna be a good day. And then tonight we'll head to the Ronnie Coleman Classic, where we're gonna be volunteering at the Destination Dallas Gasp and Better Bodies booth. So I'm gonna show you my day. Today is leg day, so I'll give you a little taste of that as well. I did start a new diet plan as of yesterday. I believe all the macros are the same, but Johnny did clean things up a bit just to promote gut health and reduce inflammation. So I'll show you some of the foods that I'm eating now that my diet is geared more towards that. And it sounds like we won't be pushing food up much more from this point, as we want to hold body composition where it is. I'm happy about that because I've kind of struggled a little bit with putting on the body fat, and I don't really want to see it go up much more at this point, but I also want to grow a lot. So I'm trusting that I'll still be able to grow quite a bit because I'm still in a surplus even without pushing food up more every week. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go inside, have some coffee, have my morning drink. I'll show you how to make that. We're doing really well today. Thriving. This is important. I'm definitely doing this right.
Hashtag self-care. Hashtag gusha or guasha. What is this thing called? Guasha shasha.
So we're about to head to the gym. So I'm making my intra-workout drink, and probably just gonna stop for an energy drink for my pre-workout, but then I'm gonna make my pre-workout meal. So I'll show you all that. But for my intra, I'm having Intra HD, which is EAAs, coconut water powder, and taurine. And then Carb HD, which is a combination of both slow breaking down carbs and fast breaking down carbs. So sustain energy through the workout, a little spike in insulin to shuttle the EAAs into the cell. That's exactly what we need for leg day. So we're both having that, and time to fight over the microwave. Dang it, second time today, I swear to God. That's what kind of day this is. starting this workout with some priming work. I just got this program from Luke Miller. He coaches under John Jewett, so they have very similar training methods. He designed this program for me and the things that I need to work on and personally struggle with, one of which includes glute activation and my lack of hamstring mobility since I tore my hamstring last year. So this is one of the exercises that I'm doing prior to my leg day. This is a glute bridge with a leg raise. What's important about this is you want to keep a posterior pelvic tilt throughout the movement. So that means you're contracting your glutes and actually turning your pelvis under as opposed to an anterior tilt where you would typically see that with like an arched back. So with this, you have glute engagement, you're holding that contracted position as you move the other leg through a full range of motion. Another priming movement that Luke assigned, and Luke is in the background there, he corrected my form on these and actually added the foam roller to get some adduction. But he added these heel elevated glute bridges. And I'm also trying to keep a posterior pelvic tilt throughout this range of motion as well. I see a lot of people allowing their back to arch during glute bridges, and one way to prevent this is to tuck your chin and drive your elbows into the ground, as you see me doing here. The foam roller is cueing my adduction, which is another weak point for me. So it's a great way to start your workout if you have difficulties using your adductors on compound movements. So my first movement for the day is the adductor machine, also known as the good girl machine. It is so important to train your adductors. Not only visually are they really important for hamstring development, but functionally, your adductors are so important in squatting movements, deadlift movements, anything that involves the hamstrings. You need your adductors to fire properly to help stabilize your hips. These are not something you should do half-heartedly. I mean, really any exercise you should put some effort into, but I think it's really valuable to actually push the weight up on these. Take yourself to failure on adductors. This should not be an easy movement if done correctly. Next, I'm moving into a lying hamstring curl. This machine is awesome. This is a prime machine which allows you to manipulate the loading to actually match the resistance curve. So with this, or with any lying leg curl machine, you want to also adopt a posterior pelvic tilt. So with that, I don't want you arching your back. Don't drive your glutes up. I want you to think about curling your glutes under like you're going to thrust into the pad and hold that throughout the entire movement. And then when you're pulling, think about dragging your heels to your butt. You don't want to arch your back to gain momentum to actually get the weight up. You want all the movement to be coming through your hamstrings. Next, I'm moving into safety bar squats. Safety bar squats are a good alternative to back squats, partially because not having to have as much mobility through your upper back and shoulders. So if you have issues there, it can help take tension off of the area. It also places a little bit more emphasis on your quads due to the way that the bar is cambered with the weights coming forward. I like to drive up with the handle as I sink down, and that helps me to keep my back more upright and maintain my balance. You do not have to squat as deeply as I do, but I definitely feel more stable if I'm able to go down all the way. I checked with Luke on this in terms of form, and he said that I am a very quad dominant squatter, so it's something we have to work on because I don't really feel my glutes when I squat. I'm excited to continue working on this movement so I can get a little bit more glute involvement and, in theory, become a little bit more powerful on the movement in general if I can recruit more muscles. Now moving into pendulum leg presses. These are brutal. There's no way around it. And the fact that I'm doing sets of 15 to 20 reps is just killer. There's tons of blood flow in the quads. The quads go through a really large range of motion depending on how you set the seat up. So I scoot the seat up pretty high because I have decent hip mobility, and that allows me to completely contract and extend the quads.
How you gon' lie when you look me in my eyes and you show me a facade? Show me a facade. How you gon' lie when you look me in my eyes and you show me a facade? Show me a facade. You a lie, you a front. You say anything long as you get what you want. Tryna play me like a fool, homie, I am not a clown. It ain't nothing but a game, cause all you do is mess around. Now I'm on the verge of a meltdown. I should've known when I met her back at Midtown, at Dogwood, when I was going through a rough patch, but it's all good. I even told about the dark times I had in childhood, when we was driving off of I-10 in Kirkwood. Now all that time I never get it back. You wanted that, used to hate when I didn't wanna hang. I noticed that, used to talking about your ex Jake with your next Jack. Used to messing with them white boys, now she went black. Wait a minute, guess you went and got yourself a real life. Got yourself some booty shots and live villa. You just wanna make a rapper beat like Dilla. You ain't nothing nice, radiator eyes, cause up close, baby, you a ghost. You a demon, and you should float. Get out the way, and just go, and just go, and just float. How you gon' lie when you looking in my eyes and you say you down for the cause, but you really here for the ride? You ain't really feeding no sheep. You're a K9 in disguise. Shoulda never gave you nothing but a funky high five. I know we can't go back in time, but I wish I could rewind and get back all that money that I spent every nickel and dime, cause you a lie.
The last two exercises are in a zigzag set type pattern. So with the superset, you're doing exercises back to back without resting in between the exercises. With a zigzag set or an alternating set, you perform one movement, in this case a leg extension, then rest, then perform the second movement, which in this case is a split squat. So you're getting time to rest in between exercises, but you still have a lot of metabolite buildup in the quads between these two movements. It's brutal. Absolutely brutal combination.
Oh, you a front. You gon' say anything as long as you get what you want. Went and got yourself a new man. It ain't even been a month. I feel sorry for your boo, cause he don't know what he signed up for. Do he? Ooh, yeah, I heard that you met him at the bar, Louis. Hope you don't try to do him like you try to do me, baby. You a cold-blooded killer like stupid. Cause up close, baby, you a ghost. You a demon, and you should float. Get out the way, and just go. And just go, and just float. Float like a balloon, apple, empty bottle, cork, styrofoam, and most dead bodies. You killing me, homicide. Look at your lying eyes. I should have been better laced, cause I failed too many times. If money the root of evil, and you call yourself a dime, you gotta be penny wise. You gotta be penny wise. You gotta be penny wise. close, baby, you a ghost. You a demon, and you should float. Get out the way, and just go, and just go, and just float. You won't say anything as long as you get what you want. When you got yourself a new man, it ain't even been a month. I feel sorry for your boo, cause he don't know what he signed up for. Louis, ooh, yeah, I heard that you met him at the bar, Louis.
Shout out to Travis for holding my life together during these sets. The way that we have this set up is so that the band is pulling my working leg medially, which is requiring me to stabilize through my hip more and to utilize my glutes more in the movement. Typically, I feel split squats a lot in my quads, so adding this in where I'm having to externally rotate through my hip is a great way to increase glute involvement, as well as challenging my stability issues that I have in especially the left hip.
Don't try to do him like you tried to do me, baby. You a cold-blooded killer like stupid. Cause up close, baby, you a ghost. You a demon, and you should float. Get out the way, and just go, and just go, and just float. Float like a balloon, apple, empty bottle, cork, styrofoam, and most dead bodies. You killing me, homicide. Look at your lying eyes. I should have been better laced, cause I failed too many times. If money's the root of evil and you call yourself a dime, you gotta be penny wise, you gotta be penny wise.
Kind of in a rush per usual, but post-workout meal, 115 grams of fish and 3 English muffins. The only thing that really changed with this meal in the meal plan is that some days I only get rice and fish post-workout to kind of clean up the diet a little bit. I also packed a meal to take with us to the Ronnie, which I'll show you when we're there, but that is 100 grams of rice, 140 grams of chicken, and sauerkraut. So, I'm gonna eat this really fast and then rush and get there late, per usual.
Cause up close, baby, you a ghost. You a demon, and you should float. Get out the way.
That was actually a really fun night at the Ronnie. The turnout was pretty good, and we got to actually briefly meet the man himself, Ronnie. So that was cool. Had a great time with the Gasp crew, Better Bodies crew, handed out some free stuff, and just hung out, chatted. Now it is late. Like, what is it? 9, 10, 10, 10 o'clock, which is late in my life now. So I had that chicken meal with rice and now ground beef and rice. And then I still have one more meal after this. So not super exciting food for today, but still a high day as I get carbs with like every meal. So I'm gonna have this now. I'll show you my last meal and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Cause up close, baby, you a ghost. You a demon, and you should float. Get out the way, and just go.
Gasha shasha. Ooh.
It's also a boomerang.
It's also a sex toy.